got Reed Sticker here. You know, as the old saying goes, number 3 on the field, but number 1 in our hearts. So what is your favorite Hempstead moment or memory?
I would probably say just getting the pick against senior sophomore year is a big win for us, and I mean it's just a great milestone.
Yep. So what will you miss about Hempstead football the most?
Probably the Friday night lights. I mean, there's nothing really like it else in the world. I mean, it's great.
And then what advice would you give to the upcoming players?
Just work hard during the season and in the off season. I mean, it goes by like a blink of an eye.
All right, thank
I'm
you.
here with Tate Tomes, and we're just wanting to know, what is your favorite Hempstead memory?
This one going way back to freshman year against senior. First series of the game, blocked punt, taking it in for a touchdown. Just me and Roush jogging into the end zone. That was a fun one.
Oh, that was great. What will you miss most about Hempstead football?
Probably just come out to the field every day and just screwing around with your friends and getting better.
All right, and what advice would you give to these upcoming players?
Don't piss Mr. Don off.
Alrighty.
Don't blow out coverage.
So we're here with Hempstead football wide receiver Tanner Meyer. Legend has it he's never dropped a jump ball in his life, and we got a few questions for him. So to start off, what is your favorite Hempstead moment or memory?
Probably just celebrating the wins, especially the senior wins in the locker room with everybody.
And what will you miss most about Hempstead football?
Probably just the guys. It's just a great group of guys that we have a lot of fun with.
And what advice would you give to incoming players?
Just play every game like it's your last, because you never know when it's going to be over.
All right, thank you. So I'm here with running back blocking phenom Trevor Myers, and we got a few questions for you. So to start you off, what is your favorite Hempstead moment or memory?
Freshman year, our last game, nobody really thought we could stand a chance against Washington. We ended up winning, and that locker room was very fun.
So what will you miss most about Hempstead football?
I think I'm gonna miss most like the bus rides back and just being around the team, like in general.
And then what advice would you give to upcoming players?
Just be to work really hard and don't take reps off because you don't know who's watching.
So I'm here with Clay Spawn, and we're just wanting to know, what is your favorite Hempstead memory?
My favorite memory is probably beating senior our sophomore year.
It was a good one.
Yeah.
What will you miss most about Hempstead football?
I'll probably miss the feeling of winning football games the most.
All right, and what advice would you give to these upcoming players?
I'd say to go out for track.
Here with standout fullback Chase Sabers. So Chase, what is your favorite Hempstead moment or memory?
There's a lot of memories in general, but the first one that comes to my mind is beating senior sophomore year.
Cool. What will you miss most about Hempstead football?
Just being on the field on Friday nights, under the lights and all the crowd and the energy.
Cool. What advice would you give to upcoming football players?
Don't take it for granted because it goes by super fast, especially your senior year.
Nice.
All right, I'm here with Johnny's brother, Timmy Miller. We're just asking a few questions. We want to know, what is your favorite Hempstead memory?
I gotta say, in the locker room during the game rain delay at the senior game this year, getting all hype and all that.
Yeah, it was a pretty good one. What will you miss most about Hempstead football?
All the players getting hype all together in the locker room, just having a good time.
What would you give advice to these upcoming players?
I gotta say, you gotta get in the weight room, take the game serious, but not too serious to the point where you're beating yourself up for making small mistakes.
All right. Thank you, Tim.
I'm here with cornerback Calvin Allison. I have a few questions for him. What is your favorite Hempstead moment or memory?
My favorite memory is probably beating seniors my sophomore year. That was just a wild game, and yeah.
What will you miss most about Hempstead football?
Just coming out here with the boys every day, just hanging out with them.
What advice would you give to upcoming players coming through the program?
Just make more friends. It's like I met some of my closest friends through football, so that's a great way to make friends.
Back with the greatest kicker of all time, number 25, Joe Pins. We have a couple questions to ask. First, what is your favorite Hempstead moment?
My favorite Hempstead moment would have to be the time that I got out there in that first game this season where I got to kick a field goal.
First field goal?
First field goal.
It's a good one. What will you miss most about Hempstead football?
I'm gonna miss. Well, I probably won't miss coming in on Saturdays. I'll tell you that. But I will miss hanging out with the guys every day.
And then lastly, what advice would you give upcoming players?
Really just put your heart into football and you get out what you put into it. So have a good time too.
Thank you.
Sam Doneth, and we're just gonna recollect his memories up at Hempstead for football. So, Sam, what was your favorite moment on the football team?
Definitely when we beat Senior this year. The locker room was really great, and it was just that great atmosphere that we had. And also, just Senior night was a great night, great game. So, yeah.
What will you miss the most about playing football at Hempstead?
I'll miss a lot of the teammates. They were great teammates, and just having fun with them every day.
And then finally, what advice would you give to incoming players up at Hempstead?
Definitely lift and do more than one sport because it'll help.
Thank you.
So I'm here with apparently pretty hungry Jacob Roush, and we got a few questions for you. So what is your favorite Hempstead memory?
Most definitely the out-of-the-way bus rides. They're always fun, and everybody has a good laugh on those.
Yep. So what will you miss about football the most?
Probably the practices on Thursdays because you don't really have to do anything, and it's especially in the summer because it's kind of warm. Nowadays it's kind of cold. So
I gotcha.
Yeah.
And what advice would you give to the upcoming football players?
It goes fast, so enjoy it while it lasts.
All right.
Okay, we're here with all-star middle linebacker Garrett Long. We're just going to ask you a few questions here today. What's your favorite Hempstead memory or moment?
My favorite Hempstead memory or moment is freshman year after our first win. On the bus ride home, as soon as we got in the lot, Coach Rogers, he started the "Hey, hey, hey" chant. That was the first time we ever heard it.
It was a good one.
Yeah, it was a good one. Yeah.
What will you miss most about Hempstead football?
Miss most about Hempstead football? Just the dudes, like between the coaches and players, that really gets you through the day. It's a fun thing to get your mind off of school and all the other troubles with this world.
What advice would you give to upcoming football players?
I would say make the most out of it. You never know when it's going to end and what's going to go down. Work hard. Always work hard. And that's about it.
Out here with Tyler the Tank Jokel, and we got a couple questions for you. What is your favorite Hempstead football memory?
So, Coach Roos does an obstacle course with the D-line every year, and it's just always fun when he does.
Absolutely. And so what are you going to miss the most about Hempstead football?
Just coming out every day, seeing the boys after a long, hard day of school. They always cheer you up.
Nice. And we got a good sophomore class coming up. What advice would you give them as they're going into their varsity year?
Just keep working hard, good things will come.
Sounds good. Thank you, Tyler.
So I'm here with Tyler Murphy, and we just want to know, what is your favorite Hempstead moment?
Probably sophomore year.
What will you miss most about Hempstead football?
Bus rides home from away games after a win. Those are always pretty fun.
All right. And what advice would you give to these upcoming players?
When Coach Perkle threatens to shove his foot up where the sun don't shine, he won't actually do it. It's all right.
Here I am with Terrell Reed, Stan Gang Player of the Century. And with your time over the years at Hempstead, I'd like to ask, what is your favorite moment or memory?
Favorite memory was the first day of practice when I met a variety of new, awesome, amazing friends.
All right, and what are you going to miss most about Hempstead football?
I will definitely miss the coaches yelling at me every day. Really drove my endurance and self-esteem up a lot, so I thank them for that.
And as a well-versed and experienced player as you are, what is one thing of advice you'd give to young players?
Good question. I would like to give them always try their best and give everything they got on this football field.
So we are here with who they call Peter Funmocked, and we got a few questions for you. So what is your favorite Hempstead moment or memory?
My favorite Hempstead moment is definitely senior year after we just beat Senior. And Russell Allison comes out with the boombox blasting, "We are the champions," and he immediately turns it to 6-9. That was a great time.
Good time. So what will you miss most about Hempstead football?
Coming out every day, playing with the guys, knowing that they're there. Friday nights, just in the locker room on the bus rides with them, having them around.
I gotcha. And then what advice would you give to upcoming players?
Try your hardest. Never take anything off because it goes by quick. So enjoy it.
All right, thank you.
Defensive line, Mr. Owen Take It. Owen, we're gonna ask you a few questions here, right? What was your favorite moment of Hempstead football?
Favorite moment would definitely be last year, junior year, scoring a touchdown in that first game. It was a good one.
It was a key moment, yeah. What are you gonna miss the most about Hempstead football?
What I'm gonna miss the most is celebrating wins after the game, and just gonna miss the group of guys because it's a good close group.
Yeah. What advice would you give to any upcoming players here?
Play hard all the time because it goes quick and you only get 9 games a year. So
Yeah.
just play hard.
Yeah. Great, thank you.
So I'm here with Jacob Patterson, and we just wanted to know, what is your favorite Hempstead memory?
My favorite memory, probably going back to freshman year, getting my first sack against Waller.
Alrighty. Yeah, that sounds good. What would you miss most about Hempstead football?
I'm gonna miss hanging out, practicing with my friends and teammates, and the bus rides home from away games.
Alrighty. And what advice would you give to these upcoming football players?
Enjoy it. It'll go by fast. Make good memories with your friends, teammates.
Alrighty,
We're here with the big and saturated Jesse Hilby. Jesse, we're here today. We're just going to ask you a few questions. Hope you can handle them, all right?
Sounds good.
We'll feed you a few toughies, all right?
All right, sounds good.
What is your favorite memory from Hempstead football?
Probably beating North Scott my sophomore year on our homecoming game. It was just a great game.
That was a good one. I remember that. What will you miss most about Hempstead football?
Probably just being around the guys, just a great group of friends, and we've been together for quite a while. So
That's nice. It's real original. What advice would you give to upcoming football players?
probably just play every game like it's your last. You never know when it's going to be done, and when it is done, it goes by really quick.
We're here with future naval officer Aiden DeWitt. Just gonna ask him some questions about his football career here at Hempstead. So, Aiden, what was your favorite moment at Hempstead?
Sophomore year when we were in the locker room getting hyped up, and Coach Spawn took the clock off the wall and smashed it on the ground. That was great.
Great memory. What will you miss the most about Hempstead football?
I'm gonna miss coming out here every day, hanging out with the guys, and also getting beat up.
Okay. Any advice you'd give to people coming into the program?
I know it's pretty cliche, but I'd say definitely get your lifts in. I know a lot of people don't like it, but it's definitely gonna help you. It can't hurt you.
All right, thank you.
All right, so I'm here with Kent Kegenbrink, and we were just wondering, what is your favorite Hempstead moment?
I have to say last year after a big win against, unfortunately I don't remember the team we played, but I remember the dance circle afterward and seeing Hoskins bust a move away across. That was quite a sight to see.
Sounds like it. What will you miss most about Hempstead football?
I think just having all the fun at practice when you always connect with someone, especially on the team, you just get to have a lot of fun with them while also being able to play the game that you love. And it really just makes it a great time.
Alrighty. And what advice would you give to these upcoming players?
Sometimes just learn to be quiet. You don't always have to talk back, but still have fun and mess around with your coaches because they can still be some of your best friends you'll ever have.
Alrighty, thank you. All right, so I'm here with the handsome Craig Brem, and I just wanted to know, what is your favorite Hempstead memory?
Sam, I'd have to say my favorite Hempstead memory is last year during the rain delay when I went swimming in that huge puddle. It was pretty awesome.
Oh, that's great. What would you miss most about Hempstead football?
Getting lit in the locker room, playing that awesome music,
All right, and what advice would you give to these upcoming players?
Just have fun with it, go wild.
All right, you're asking.
All right, I'm here with Joe Vise. First question, Joe. What is your favorite Hempstead moment or memory?
So one of my favorite memories is this year we found out Coach Perkle is a big Superbad fan. So we spent most of practice just quoting the movie, and it was pretty funny.
It is funny. What will you miss most about Hempstead football?
I'm gonna miss the Taco Bell runs with the guys. It was just fun,
Saturday mornings. Yeah. And what advice would you give to upcoming players?
Just to not take it for granted because it goes fast.
Good.